Can you
So
hear me?
T,
Okay.
so check this out. Like, how did you transition from being a friend to a boyfriend to being a wife? Like, how difficult is that transition?
Um,
You think it is?
I think, having been in a situation one time, it's a very unique situation. I think um the first thing is uncomfortable conversations have has to be had continuously, and I think it makes it better when you're friends, when you've been friends, you've dated, you know, and now you decided to take that next step to, be a fiance, then be married. So I think at each level, at each progression of the relationship, a conversation has to be had. We always talk about that here. An uncomfortable conversation has to be had, and I think it's a mindset thing because you're a different person as opposed to when you're a girlfriend or you're dating, as opposed to a wife or husband or a fiance. You know what I mean? In preparation of so.
Yeah. Before I answer that question, man, we gonna get right to it, man.
Have you ever felt? Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really don't think you need to be friends, right? To tell you the truth, I think being friends really complicates it a little more
Why you say that?
because, like, when you friends, you could say some things that normally you couldn't say if you was boyfriend or girlfriend or you was your wife.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So it's like if we friends and then we decide like, all right, let's make this something else, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
I gotta start watching what I'm saying because the stuff that I used to say may have been cute as friends, but now we're in a relationship, it becomes kind of offended. So my thing is like when you think about the transition from being a friend to a boyfriend to a husband or a wife,
Mm-hmm.
I think it can be very difficult for many people.
I've heard that before. I've heard people say, as a matter of fact, I had a coworker, him and his girlfriend dated for 5 years, got married, and couldn't stay married for 4 months. So
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see why you would say that. You know what I mean? But I beg to differ. I guess I can only speak from my experience. Um, I want somebody that I had a friendship with because a lot of times when I was younger, we met Monday, Tuesday, you my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Not
So,
Monday, Tuesday, bam.
oh yeah, you my man. My man, my man, my man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I
Hey,
think,
she going back.
in my opinion, I just think it's better to be a friend at first because you guys kind of know each other's ins and out more in depth than somebody I just met at a coffee shop and we just started dating eventually over a month or a couple of weeks. My best friend, I know more about, and I have a couple of male best friends. I know more about them, now, like if we were to get into a relationship, which I wouldn't because I don't like none of y'all bammers. Let's just put that out there. But I think I know a different side of them as opposed to somebody I might meet and just kind of start dating and I didn't know.
So we're saying that, like you said, like you got a couple of best friends that you wouldn't even have a relationship with.
Oh no. Let me hold on, wait a
So
minute.
so what I want to say about the whole situation, right? Because
Mhm.
this is interesting. This is an interesting conversation. As best friends, even do you think I'm gonna let you see everything about me, even if we best friends?
I do. I
You
think
you do.
I think the best friend, and this is no, I can only speak from my experience. I got three best friends and they all guys. um I know things about them that and I'm not saying this in no cocky way, y'all. I know things about them, or we've been through situations that don't nobody else know about. Maybe their girlfriends don't know about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I can only speak from my experience, and I would rather be in a situation with somebody that I had a friendship with first. Maybe not best friends, but just a friendship with first, as opposed to just kind of meeting somebody and then after a month we decide we're gonna be in a relationship. If I had my choice, I think it's different. You know what I mean? I'm coming from the opposite spectrum as you are, but I think it's a good thing to have somebody that you spend time with in detail, kind of know they icks, their ins and outs, maybe some of their secrets. You know what I mean? I do think you have a one up if you marry your best friend. I just think you do.
I think it has its benefits. I'm not going to say that it doesn't have its benefits,
Hmm.
but I ain't looking for no new friends. Well, how about that? So we ain't even gonna be talking about like best
Not at
friends
not at
stuff.
our big age, not at our prehistoric age. No, we're not. I'm not looking for no
Oh
new friends, baby.
man. So now we get, okay, we friends. We gonna do the best friends, right? We
Right.
friends. We decide we want to do this thing. We want to hook up. And you start to find out things about him or her
Hmm.
that you didn't know as friends. Like, do you adjust or do you overlook it? Or do you continue to have those very difficult conversations?
Continue to have very difficult conversations is always going to be the first thing. Always.
Exactly.
And then you adjust from there accordingly. If it's something you can deal with, cool. If it's something you can't, at at our big ages, it's either yes or no. There is no gray. You know what I'm saying? It's either black or white. But those conversations have to be had. It's imperative. You can't get anywhere. I'm talking about your platonic relationships, your intimate relationships. If you got to deal with a human being that is going to be in your circle for an extended period of time, for whatever that time may be, you got to have difficult conversations.
Yes, indeed, man. For you guys that's joining us, man, welcome to the USC. Merry Christmas from
Welcome
the
to the
USC
podcast.
podcast. Yeah,
Merry
man. I'm
Christmas,
your
y'all.
host. Yeah, man. I'm your host, man. Isaac. I'm just gonna have AKA the Iceman. And man, I got my wonderful host over there, crazy as a bug fly, man. Tiana White, AKA Church Lady, man.
Gang,
I'm
gang.
telling you, man, she been getting at it. Tonight's conversation is that how do
Yes.
you transition from one relationship to another, whether you're friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, or
Hmm.
marriage, man.
Hmm.
And we just got into it today because I think we thought that it was going to be a great conversation. And you know what the scary part is, what if you transition from the friendship to the boyfriend, right?
Hmm.
And it don't turn out to be no marriage. That's something to really
That's
kind
something
of
deep.
that's
Yeah.
something deep because
That-
it's like at the friendship level can keep you at a place where you could just be comfortable.
yeah.
All right, she
Yeah.
my best friend, he my best friend.
Hmm.
Now he or she, that's my girl. I'm good right here.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I mean? And
Yeah.
then my thing is, right? I was thinking about like some of my personal experiences, right? From
Hmm.
friendship to girlfriend and boyfriend, the expectations
It's
change.
different. They do. They
Yeah.
absolutely do. They.
And sometimes even for myself, before my quite understanding of right having very difficult conversations,
Hmm.
we grew up in a time those conversations weren't necessary
Right.
because we always thought that you knew what it was and you knew how to act accordingly, per se.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so we don't live in that time anymore. So now it's like even in being in friendships, some of those tough conversations can be really, really ugly,
Yeah.
even in friendships. And I think for me, like this day and time, both of us, having teenage adult kids,
Yeah.
and we've lived the life experiences that we have. I think you should date. You should date longer. You should date at least 2 years. And
Mm.
through that dating process, right? I think some of it should be ugly. Because this is how I'm thinking, right? If you allow me to get to know you through that transition, through those times where it's
Hmm.
uncomfortable,
Hmm.
and we can sit and have those uncomfortable conversations, then I may begin to look at you a little different. because the key is the uncomfortable conversations between the both of us.
Right.
And a lot of times, even as friends, we avoid certain types of conversations, even though we may think that we know. It's certain questions in a friendship that we won't ask each other.
That's true.
And sometimes, even when we get in those relationships, we won't ask each other. So when we start talking about uncomfortable conversations, my question will be, how uncomfortable is uncomfortable?
It's just gonna be uncomfortable at any level. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You can't say like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask this style question or this type question. It's gonna be uncomfortable regardless. But let me take it back to what you said about the 2 years. Now I'm gonna disagree with that.
Okay.
And the reason why I do agree with some aspects of what you're saying, but the 2 years I disagree with because you can't put time on. I don't want to just say love because love is not enough, y'all. Don't ever come into a
Exactly.
relationship thinking love is just enough and we're gonna survive. No, man, bills got to be paid. And I don't like your mama. But anyway, love, like I was saying, you can't put a time on it for every relationship. Like because you see stuff, you'll meet up, you have known people all your life and they haven't treated you good, but you may have known somebody for 10 years and they treat you better than the people that you've known all your life. So I don't think, me personally, I stopped subscribing to time limits years ago when I was in my 20s because of the way that I date, what works for me. Because I found in some of my relationships that I've, jumped into, not, got into a relationship a lot sooner, with my long lasting relationships, where some of my relationships that it took me a little longer didn't last as long. But at the end of the day, you still got to have uncomfortable conversations. But I don't think it's fair to put a time limit on it because, and it just me at my big age, this is how I feel personally, and people going to disagree. I don't have time to date you for 2 years for you to kind of decide that I'm worthy enough to be married or I'm good enough to be engaged. I just don't want to invest that type of time because I've wasted so much time. Now, I'm not telling you next month you need to say, all right, boo, let's go ahead and get married. I'm not saying that. But
She said 90 days, fellas.
yeah, man, but I'm telling you, for real, after 2 weeks, but I ain't gonna tell. That's my business, though. That's my business. No, but seriously, though, I don't think we should put a time limit on it. I think it's the level of friendship, love you guys have for each other. Are you having those uncomfortable conversations? Is the respect there? Do we have a game plan? You got to have a game plan no matter what you do in life. People say, well, we're gonna get married, we'll just wing it from there. Nah, you can't wing it. So I think if you keep those 4 factors in mind, the time will announce itself, because it might not take me and you 2 years. It might take us 18 months. You know what I'm saying? Or it might take us 9 months. But I don't, me personally, I just don't subscribe to time stamps no more. I just don't, because you just never know how it's gonna happen.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I really believe in a representative, and I think that first year is critical. And I think in that first year, you should try to find out everything you need to find out about the person that you are dealing with. And in that process, you're going to have not only some uncomfortable conversations, you may have to put yourself in a position to set some boundaries that may be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So, like I said 2 years as a broad statement. However, that first year is really, really is important. So my thing is, once we get past the first year, right, now we on the countdown. Okay. Because if you make it through that first year, both have boundaries that you have to learn how to respect. Right. Because we live in a time where people don't respect boundaries at all. And we also live in a time where people don't set boundaries because they are afraid not to be validated. What you think about that?
Agreed. Being transparent, that's something that I struggle with. a lot of times things have happened to me, and I'm not playing victim, y'all, but I'm being real. Things have happened to me continuously, or I've got my feelings hurt, not because the person was such a bad person, Iceman, but because I didn't set the boundaries, or the boundaries that I did set, I swayed in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
didn't want them to feel like I was being a bad person, or I didn't love them, or straight up. Let me just be honest with you. I wanted them to love me more, so I settled.
exactly.
Just keeping it real. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep it real. So I think that is real, and it happens with certain people. And it's something that needs to be addressed, because who don't want somebody to like? I'm talking about somebody that they care about or want to be with, to like them. I mean, we want our kids to like us, we want our spouse to like us, and so we do waver in those situations at times. But like you said, it has to be clear and concise, because if not, you'll get railroaded um when you every chance you get. And we got to keep in mind, y'all, we got to stop blaming the other person. I can't get mad at you because you bit me and you a dog. I knew you was a dog. You know what I'm saying? I knew you was an unfair dog. So why am I get
Man,
mad because you bit me? Does that make sense?
exactly, exactly. And another thing about that first year, I want to touch on when we talk about boundaries and love and liking people, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a fine line, because a lot of times we get in relationships with people we don't even like.
Ha man.
We just want some company.
Ha man.
He come around, he do a few things that I
Yep.
like. He
Ha
make
man.
me giggle.
Yep.
I'm cool with that.
Yep.
But guess what? I not only not like him, he ain't even my first choice. She ain't
Huh.
even my first choice.
Preach. Come on now.
So
Come
now
on.
with you, but in the back of my mind, I'm hoping Betty Lou get her stuff together.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Yeah.
hoping on Mr. Charlie, because
Spin
I
the block.
spent the block a couple
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
out being a hooker out there, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times, as you know, as you know, church lady, that don't even happen.
It does not. It
It
does
doesn't
not.
happen. So what happens a lot of times, we get stuck with the person that we not only don't want or don't like, we stuck with the lie that we've been telling ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
And it's traumatic to both people in the relationship. But go ahead.
Exactly, because both of us lose.
Yep.
And
I'm
and
not treating you right because I ain't happy, and you dealing with my BS because you afraid to let go. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
it's
So
traumatic to both of us, you know?
it's a very traumatic situation,
Yeah.
and it's unfair to both parties. However, the one thing I also want to talk about, we talk about this on and off camera, right? That
Mm-hmm.
thing called conditions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you
Yeah.
got that, like that first year, you got to really learn how to like me. I got to learn how to like you
Yeah.
without no conditions.
Yeah.
Because I know just from experience, right? When I leave with my pocket, it ain't never good.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
that's
right now.
that's a tough one, man. You talked to me about that, man. And you've given me advice on that, man. That's a tough one.
Hey,
That's yeah,
that's a tough one,
it's a
because
tough one.
if I leave with my pocket, that's the only thing you're looking at.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
really don't give yourself a chance to look at me, to like me,
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy the
Yeah.
person that I am.
Right. Yeah.
Because I came into this situation with the conditions to leave with my pocket.
Mm.
It's just like me meeting you. You're a cute face. You got some nice hips. Your feet might not be looking that good, but we can work on that, right? And that might be the sacrifice, right? And then
Right.
later on, we get in a relationship, right? 6 months, 8 months in. Now I start talking about your feet. I know your feet was bad when I met you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up. Yeah. And
I
now I'm
knew your
offended because you
yeah.
ain't now I feel like I'm just learning that you ain't really like my feet. You know what I mean? And now it's becoming an issue. And now my feelings hurt because you didn't say nothing.
Not only did you not say nothing, you knew your feet was bad and you ain't doing nothing to take care of.
So we both to blame.
Man, once again, man, you are listening to the Under No Conditions podcast, man. We having a great conversation here tonight, man. We talking about, how do you transition from one level of the relationship to the next, from just being a friend to being a boyfriend and girlfriend, and hopefully taking that to the ultimate level, right? To getting engaged and getting married, right? So let me ask you something, because marriage ain't for the men. Marriage is for the women.
Why you say that? Give me some details about that.
Because I'm gonna tell you, right? We don't care nothing about all that. We don't. I gotta go to the justice of the peace. If I love you, all that it don't matter to us as men. That's for you guys. Like, that's, the bridesmaids and the flowers and the guests and the presents and the DJs and the pictures, right? Because after that wedding and that honeymoon, and we get back home and we unpack them packages, them gifts, and we deposit that money we got from our wedding into that account, and life start getting a life in.
Yeah, life is still life at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop.
Life start getting a life in. Now what? Now you look at me, you wake up one morning, you be like, man, I don't even like this dude.
Exactly. I was so, man, I've been there, man. I was engaged to get married, and no offense to him, but I did wake up one morning and I was like, I really don't like this person. Like, not to the point where I hated him, but I was so fascinated with planning the wedding, going to the venue, looking for my dress, calling my homegirls from Maryland, saying, girl, come down, throw me a bottle shower. That I realized I didn't care for him too much. I loved him, but he had qualities that I just couldn't see myself being with until I'm 50, 60, 70 years old.
Exactly.
And it was hurtful because it's like, it dawned on me, the person that you say, I ain't gonna be like that, it's gonna be love, we're gonna be down. Nah, you become that person. I'm like, how did I get into this situation where I just wanted to get married? I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand that,
Hey man, marriage is a beautiful thing though, man. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
It is a beautiful thing if both parties understand that after the wedding, it's work.
Right.
And it's never going to be 50-50. And I'm talking about not just marriage, I'm talking about relationships.
Absolutely.
In general, we got this idea where relationships supposed to be 100 or 50-50. It's never 50-50.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
you told me that. Yeah.
70-30.
Yeah.
And I'll take that any day.
Okay.
Any day. Because at the end of the day, it might be a period in the relationship that I might not love you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I'm
the
gonna keep
crazy
saying
part.
this, right?
Yeah.
Can I still like you?
Right. When I don't love you. Yeah. Yeah. Man, when I heard that years ago, man, that thing kind of just blew my mind, because I'm like, you hear it from other married couples, like, there's periods where I just don't like you. Like, I love you, but I just don't want to talk to you. I don't want to really see you. I'm going to sleep downstairs. You sleep upstairs, and I'm okay with that. But then there's periods of nothing but bliss. And they said, I remember a guy saying, and that's okay, but at the end of the day, even though I might not like you right now, I'm still in this with you, and I'm not going nowhere.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, you and your feet, you need to come upstairs and get in the bed, ashy and all. Ain't no sleeping on the couch. Not my house. Nah, we're not doing that.
You ain't doing that, Iceman.
Now you better go get you a jar of Vaseline.
But wait a minute, hold on. What did she say? I don't want you sleeping in here. I'll go sleep downstairs. It ain't happening. What you gonna do, Iceman? You gonna get on the couch with her?
I'm getting on the couch with her.
Mad and all?
I'm bringing a jar of Vaseline and a pair of socks. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Man, we're not doing that.
Right.
See, that's the beginning of the end. Because
well said.
It's like, let's say if we accept that, it may get to a point where I may get so comfortable in doing that, I may not even know how to get back.
Good point. That's well said.
Right?
Well said. Yeah.
So why am I going to put you and why am I going to put myself? Because my thing is that, through richer for poor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter what, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in relationships, and if you want to get to that point to say, like, I want this guy to be my husband, I want this young lady to be my wife, you gotta go through that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because even when you in relationships, you know what I'm saying, and y'all living together, there's a whole lot of periods where you don't love him. There's a whole lot of periods where, man, I don't even like Shorty right now.
Yeah. True.
But I'm still grinding.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's possible though? Like, do you feel like what I just said, I can, as a married person, I can like you, but not love you, or vice versa? Do you think the like and the love go hand in hand to a certain extent? And if you were in that situation, would you be able to not walk away even though you're not feeling your partner right now?
Yes.
Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I could keep my feet planted.
Okay.
I could keep my feet planted because for me, look, life is a bitch.
It is.
But my marriage don't have to be.
Right.
My relations don't have to be.
That's good.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
And them times that I don't like you, I gotta recognize that.
Yeah.
And when I'm not loving you, I can't point the finger at what you're not doing.
Wow.
I gotta figure out what's going on with Isaac.
Right. Got you.
And I gotta be, see, this where it get tricky, right? I can't sit down and have that conversation with you.
We don't have nothing. Yeah, we done.
Because
right.
It's gonna be so uncomfortable that if we're not connected and we don't have an understanding, you might feel like you the victim.
Right.
And it may not have nothing to do with you.
Right. Well said. Now, let me ask you this. Sure. Do you feel like it is your responsibility? No. Okay. Let me ask you this one first. What's more important in a marriage, the individual's happiness or their partner's happiness?
Both. Both.
Okay.
First of all, whether I'm your girlfriend or your husband and you my wife, I'm not responsible for your happiness.
Right. Agreed. We agree on that.
Right?
Right.
So you have to be totally responsible for that. Anything else outside of that, we both got to be responsible for that.
Got you. Fair enough.
But we have to both notice, recognize, and acknowledge when that time comes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you keep asking me what's wrong and I keep telling you nothing. And I ain't talking for days.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm still coming in. I'm still grinding. But now all of a sudden you got it. Now you don't want to cook. Now you don't feel like you want to clean.
Right.
Right? I need to address that. You need to address that.
Right.
It need to be addressed. Look, man, let's sit down and talk. Ain't gonna be no yelling. Ain't gonna be no hollering. Ain't gonna be no cussing. Ain't gonna be no pointing no fingers.
Right.
What's wrong?
We just gonna talk. Right.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
However, I'm not gonna allow you to blame me if you're unhappy.
Right.
And you shouldn't allow me to blame. See, that's a barrier.
But the thing is, I don't even see it as a blaming person. Like, if you like, for example, we married and you stop taking the trash out. I'm not blaming you because I don't feel like I'm blaming you because I'm upset because you don't do what you're not holding up your end of the bargain though. So do you feel like, I mean, that I don't think it's a blame thing. It's just telling you that your behavior is causing me unhappiness. I don't think it's a blame thing, no.
I'm just gonna put it out here for the public, man. I ain't never like taking out the trash. How about that? I'm gonna take it out though.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
I'm gonna take it
But
out.
you see that as blaming though? I don't think it's
No,
blaming.
I'm talking about when we have to sit down and have that conversation, and we're having that conversation, and in that process, you start feeling like you the victim when it really has really nothing to do with you. It may be just me not liking myself at this time. So this is the only way I know how to process this situation, by partially shutting down. For me, it has nothing to do with you.
Right. Got you.
And then you may ask me those difficult questions. Well, why didn't you come to me? And I might not be able to explain it, because I might, as a man, I might tell you, yo, this is something I need to just sit with myself. And I need to deal with. I needed to learn. I needed to deal with this, right? Because for myself, I'm a fixer, right?
Right.
So men understand what I'm talking about. Like, if you a fixer, it's times where I'm gonna sit by myself without you.
Right. See, I'm glad that you said that, because a woman like me, and you kind of giving me some insight. I wouldn't understand that, because your silence to me would make me feel like I did something wrong.
No,
you understand?
Because in the process of making those transitions in a relationship, right? You're going to see that part of me. I'm going to show you that.
Okay.
I'm going to show you that in friendship, boyfriend and girlfriend, and in marriage.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna show you that.
So this ain't something new, right? Okay,
right,
I
it ain't
got
gonna be
you.
nothing new. You're gonna
Right.
see it, but you may not understand it, because you might feel like, you know what, it's just part of who he is, what he's about. He been doing that, so that ain't really nothing new. But at each stage, it becomes real critical, because now we ain't friends. Now
Right.
that's my man.
Right.
Oh, now she my girl. Oh, now that's my wife.
Right.
Oh no, that's my. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the significance and the validation becomes more serious. The reasoning for validation becomes more prominent.
Right. That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Because now
Yeah.
that's my fiance. So, hey, what's happening?
Right.
Oh, that's my wife. Yeah, what's going on?
Right.
And even if you got to do a drive-by, that's cool too.
Yeah, got you.
I
Okay.
hear you. You hear me?
Right.
I don't need no answer right now, but you heard me.
Right. Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna say something. You might get sarcastic, but I know what that is. I ain't gonna respond.
Right.
And don't be sending me no 25-line text
Oh,
trying to explain yourself.
I don't do that no more. Auntie don't do that no more. Auntie hits you with the okay. You want to be okay? I'm gonna be okay too. Okay. Yeah, but okay, that's good. I really learned something. So that gave me some insight.
So the men that are fixers, because that's something that you not only have to learn, you have to emotionally process.
Right.
And all men are fixers.
Right.
Right. I'm not an actor outer. I don't do that.
Good. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because men who act out are sassy. But go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, you would know, right? Man, hey, man, for y'all guys to just tuned in, man. This is boy Isaac, man. I got the church lady over there. I just shut her down, man. This is the Under No Conditions podcast, man. I'm Isaac, man. That's church lady T, man. We have a great conversation. This is what we do. We want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. How y'all doing out there, man?
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, right? If y'all got some extra money, cash at me. I'm broke. I done spend all my Christmas money.
Hey, man, I don't think this is a platform to be listening. This ain't the platform platform to be soliciting, okay, my brother?
Hey, man, you know, hey, UNC, man, we mix it up, man. We have
Yes,
fun.
we do.
We have plenty of giggles, you know, but we get serious and we get with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, T, man, you did all right, man. This was a great show.
This was a great show. All jokes aside, I learned
I learned
something
a
for
lot from
real.
you today, man. I learned something about you, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? She got ashy feet. Yeah, man. This is the Under No Conditions podcast, man.
And this is why I want to come on at night sometimes, because you talk about
man,
it.
look here, man. This is what we do, man. This
Yes.
is my wonderful co-host Tiana, man. I'm telling you something, man. She spread it, man. She gave y'all some money tonight, man. She was talking that talk. Man,
Yes,
I don't know if
indeed.
she got some rest or something, or she done ate a little something, but she came prepared tonight, man.
I did.
But I'm telling you, man, it is the Christmas season.
Yes, it
Hey,
is.
a lot of you guys are out there.
We love y'all.
Some people don't have nobody. We love you guys. Yo, if
do.
you need to talk, yo, email us, UNCpodcast at gmail.com. Most definitely,
Yes,
we will get back to you. Both of us, we are on Facebook. You can send a friend request. You can inbox us if you need time to talk. Most definitely, we are there for you. And we just not talking. This is what we do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And T, you know just what we do, man.
We do this. This is what we do.
Yeah, we make it happen. We ain't calling out no names or no situations. We just do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we can. And somebody did it for us in time when we needed to be done.
Yes.
So, man, for myself, my wonderful co-host, Tiana, for the UNC podcast, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And guess what? We'll see y'all for the new year.
Yes, indeed.
We are out.
Bye.
Peace.